Hello everyone, get ready because today Lion Farm takes you into part 2 of the epic showdown between the wild boars and Frank. Who will gain the upper hand? What lurking mystery hides within the forest? Let's dive in and find out. The squeals of wild boars echo through the damp air of the desolate field. The chilling clang of metal rings out as a herd of boars is driven into a rectangular steel mesh trap. The fierce eyes of the lead boar, massive with pitch-black fur, flash as it slams into the wire mesh, shaking the entire structure. Frank stands outside, his figure calm but alert, gripping a rope tightly, his sharp eyes following every movement of the herd. A piercing crash erupts as the trapdoor slams shut. Another, larger group of wild boars is caught in a massive round trap. Panic breaks out. They jostle and leap over each other, their deafening squeals blending with clouds of dust. The metal barrier shakes violently, as though ready to collapse under their raw, wild strength. A deep guttural growl from a giant boar drowns out the scrape of a metal shovel against the wire mesh. This boar, with sharp tusks and a savage gaze, repeatedly rams a corner of the round trap, determined to break free. Frank, beads of sweat forming on his forehead, remains composed but intensely focused. With skilled precision, he maneuvers a long shovel, calmly guiding the boar toward the narrow exit that leads into the truck. Every move is deliberate, like a predator's dance. As dusk falls, the soft amber glow fades, giving way to darkness. The boars in the circular trap are exhausted, no longer leaping wildly. They huddle in a corner, panting, their squeals now reduced to faint whimpers. Frank slowly circles the trap, inspecting each lock with piercing eyes. Each metallic click of the locks echoes like a solemn verdict. There's no escape. Darkness engulfs the field, leaving only the pale moonlight and the faint beam of Frank's flashlight. The sound of snuffling and subdued squeals fades into the night. The flashlight sweeps across the huddled boars, reflecting in their glistening eyes. Frank stands still, ears straining to catch the slightest sound, ensuring not a single unusual noise escapes his notice. At dawn, the first rays of sunlight pierce the thin mist, making the dewdrops on the grass sparkle. The air is quiet, filled only with the steady breathing of the now calm boars. A few of them quietly scrape at the ground, searching for leftover scraps of food. With a composed demeanor, Frank begins preparing ropes and equipment, ready to transport the herd. A close-up reveals the boars lowering their heads to nibble on food within the trap, their eyes now filled with resignation. The camera pans slowly, revealing the trap's sturdy structure. Thick steel mesh, a sophisticated drop door mechanism, not a single gap in sight. From a distance, Frank watches, a faint smile curling on his lips, arms folded, his stance solid like a guardian of the field. The screen shifts to night vision through a thermal scope. The black field transforms into a canvas dotted with glowing white shapes. The wild boars appear like phantoms, darting about, foraging in the darkness. Suddenly, a gunshot shatters the stillness. The herd panics, the glowing shapes scattering across the screen. Some collapse, motionless. Through the thermal scope, Frank slowly tracks the fleeing boars. Gunshots ring out in quick succession, sparks flashing from the barrel. More boars drop, their bodies becoming still white blurs against the dark backdrop. Frank remains stone-faced, eyes locked on his targets, his finger squeezing the trigger with absolute precision. The thermal view turns chaotic as the boars rush into thick underbrush, the glowing shapes flickering in and out of view. Frank moves silently, each step cautious on the soft ground. His steady breathing blends with the night air. He patiently seeks a new firing angle, his icy gaze missing nothing. A large group of boars suddenly appears, moving in a single file across an open patch of ground, a golden opportunity. Frank holds his breath, taking careful aim. A burst of gunfire erupts. Rapid, deliberate, final. The glowing white shapes topple in clusters. The rest scatter, vanishing into the darkness. The desperate squeals echo and fade into silence. Frank keeps moving, his silhouette blending into the night like a lone hunter. The remaining boars are more alert now, faster and more cunning in their evasion. His footsteps rustle faintly on dry grass. Occasionally, another shot rings out, followed by a pig's agonized cry, swallowed by the stillness of the night. After the final round, the field falls silent. Through the thermal scope, only scattered, unmoving white blurs remain on the ground. Frank lowers his weapon, releasing a quiet breath from his chest. His eyes sweep over the field one last time, as if to confirm the mission is complete. A night of tense hunting comes to a close. The scene transitions to sunrise, with golden rays filtering across the field, illuminating glistening dewdrops. Birds chirp harmoniously with the gentle breeze, forming a natural symphony. No narration, just visuals and sound, leaving viewers to reflect deeply on nature's fragile balance, on the role of humankind, and on the harsh choices that sometimes must be made. Let's move on to the next animal. Have you ever wondered what could make an entire herd of wild boars panic and scatter in every direction? Deep in the dark forest, where humans skillfully set traps, blending ancient techniques with cutting-edge technology to take on these wild beasts, the secret is waiting for you to uncover. Join Lion Farm now and get ready, because this story will have you glued to the screen. Widely used in the United States and Australia, cage traps are typically made of steel and are large enough to catch multiple animals at once. According to the USDA, cage traps have a capture efficiency of 70 to 80%. In control campaigns across Texas, modern technology has brought in automatic traps equipped with motion sensors, commonly used in Europe and North America. These devices don't catch the boars directly, but help track their numbers and locations, enabling more effective trap deployment. The USDA reports that between 2014 and 2020, approximately 1.5 million wild boars were captured or eliminated, with 65% of those due to cage and snare traps. In 2020 alone, Texas used 12,000 cage traps and captured over 100,000 boars.
You're the ringleader, huh?
In Texas, where overpopulation has made wild boars a serious issue, a group of hunters managed to trap over 400 wild boars in a single night, using a high-tech trapping system that combined nets and surveillance cameras. In Louisiana, another group of hunters caught over 500 wild boars in just 3 days, using a trap system supported by drones. In Australia, wild boars are also a major pest. According to a 2023 report by the Australian Department of Agriculture, about 3 million wild boars are trapped and eliminated each year across the country through government and community control programs. One of the largest campaigns in Queensland recorded over 1,000 wild boars trapped in just 1 week using mass trapping systems.
Go ahead, Chad. Three, two.
In New Zealand, where wild boars are also considered an invasive species, a 2020 control program set a record. According to the New Zealand Department of Conservation, a professional hunting team trapped and eliminated over 10,000 wild boars within 12 months on the North Island. In Extremadura, Spain, a group of hunters trapped more than 300 wild boars in a single day during a large-scale hunt in 2018, as reported by Revista Jara y Sedal, a well-known Spanish hunting magazine. In the Pantanal region of Brazil, a wild boar control campaign organized by the local government trapped and eliminated over 2,000 boars in 6 months. According to the Instituto Brasileiro do Meio Ambiente, in Midi-Pyrenees, France, a control campaign set a record by trapping over 250 wild boars in 1 day in 2017, based on a report from the Fédération Nationale des Chasseurs. In Eastern Cape Province, South Africa, a group of farmers and hunters captured more than 180 wild boars during a two-day campaign in 2022, according to the South African Hunters and Game Conservation Association. Wild boars cause billions of dollars in damage globally every year. These trapping records not only help reduce economic losses, but also protect farmers' livelihoods. This highlights the importance of linking nature conservation with sustainable economic development. Wild boars are an invasive species in many areas, destroying native habitats. Controlling them helps restore ecological balance and preserve biodiversity, an important lesson about human responsibility toward nature. Around the world, wild boar hunting is more than just a recreational activity. It carries deep lessons about history, culture, ecology, and ethics. It reminds us that every human action has an impact on nature. We hope today's video helped you better understand how governments around the world are addressing the wild boar crisis. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your friends to support Lion Farm. See you next time. Welcome to the creative and captivating introduction of our Lion Farm channel team. To start, we would like to introduce a passionate screenwriting talent, a young woman who never stops exploring and innovating in the field of agriculture. She is not only an exceptional scriptwriter with the ability to craft profound stories, but also a dedicated researcher of cutting-edge and sustainable technologies from around the world. For her, scriptwriting is not just a job, but a journey of passion, breathing life into every video we create. Next, we want to introduce the heart and soul of our channel, the channel owner and video editing expert. He is fully dedicated, overcoming every challenge to produce the highest quality videos for our audience. With a burning passion, he constantly drives the team to deliver unique and inspiring experiences to viewers. We hope that in the journey ahead, you will continue to love and support the Lion Farm channel. Sincerely, thank you.